Today I'm going to make a stir fry. This is a general stir fry. It is a combination of beef. I've got some sliced beef there, just some minute steak that I've sliced into little strips, and I've got a whole heap of vegetables, so it's a combination of vegetables and beef. I'm going to create a marinade as well. It's a basic Asian marinade. The one thing when you do a stir fry is, I think one of the most important thing is that you prepare all of your ingredients first. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make my marinade. Here I have 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. So that is going to add a nice kind of salty flavour as well. And I also have 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. I'm just going to combine that, and that will be the basis of my marinade. So with my beef now, I'm just going to mix this well, and I'm going to add half of this to my beef, and that is going to flavour that meat. And I'll just set that aside. I'm just going to stir that through so it's all coated in that sauce. Really simple flavour. I am going to add a few more spices and ingredients to add flavour to it, but I'll be adding that through the cooking process. So I'm just going to set that aside. So the ingredients that I'm going to use, the first thing that I'm going to do is prepare 1 onion. It is actually half a white onion, and I'm just going to slice that into nice thin slices. And I'll put that in 1 bowl here. That's going to be the very first thing that I cook after I do my beef. And I also have a little knob of ginger, and I'm just going to cut that into really thin slices, and that will add a whole lot of flavour as well. I might even just roughly chop that a little bit more. Okay, so now my next set of ingredients, I'm going to add a little bit of zucchini. So I'm just going to quarter that like that and cut it into little bite-size pieces. I've got 2 little button mushrooms. I'm just going to quarter those. You could use a larger mushroom, that's fine. I have some capsicum. I'm just going to use some yellow capsicum, and I'm going to cut that into thin strips. So these will all cook together, that'll all cook together. So I'm just mindful of how I'm preparing my ingredients so they're all in the same batch. I've got a small carrot is fine, and I'm just going to cut that on an angle. I have a celery stick, and I'll cut that on an angle as well. I have some spring onion as well. I've got 2 pieces. I'm going to use 1 for a garnish, and the other one I will add to my stir fry veg. So I'll just slice that on a little angle as well. I have a combination of herbs here. I'm going to finish my stir fry off with these herbs. I've got a little bit of mint, and there's also some coriander in there. You can use whatever herbs you like. I like to go, a bit of mint and coriander go really well together. Those Asian flavours, you could use a Thai basil, you could use Vietnamese mint. It's completely up to you what you want to use. And the good thing about this recipe is you can modify it to suit your tastes and the vegetables that you like, even the meat you like. Can go in there. And the last set of vegetables that I have, or ingredients, I have some broccolini. I'm just going to cut that into bits. I have some garlic. I'll just roughly chop that as well. That's going to go in with my broccoli right at the end, so it's got a nice strong garlic flavour. And I have 1 cayenne chilli. And I also have 1 lime, and I'll probably just use half of that, and I'll just finish that off at the end. Okay, so all my ingredients are prepared now. I am going to serve this. Once I cook it up, I'm going to serve it with a noodle. I've got a little rice noodle here. It's quite thin. You could choose whatever kind of noodle you like, but these are quite nice because they're so thin. All you need to do is soak it or cover it in boiling water, and then by the time my stir fry is ready, the noodles will be perfect just to put all together and combine. So I've just got my boiling water. I'll just coat that so it's completely covered. Use a fork to just break that up. So now I've got everything prepared and ready to go. It's just a matter of me putting it together and frying it up. I am ready to cook up my stir fry. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, you can use a wok. I'm just going to be using a fry pan today, just because I'm doing a one serve stir fry. So I'm going to get my fry pan nice and hot. So I'm going to put that on a high heat. I want to get that ready to go, and the first thing that I'm going to do is heat up my meat. So now that my fry pan is hot, I'm just going to add about 1 or 2 teaspoons of, I'm using a grapeseed oil. It's nice and light, and you can cook it at a high temperature without it smoking or burning. So I'm just going to get that going. I just want to give my fry pan a little bit of a coat with oil. So now I'm just going to put my meat down. So I'm just going to put that beef down. I'm going to give it plenty of space. The trick to a stir fry is not overcrowding your fry pan. You don't want it to stew, you want it to fry, hence the term stir fry. It is a dry heat that we're using to cook this as well. And it's got some of those marinade flavours through it, so it should give it a nice bit of flavour. And this will only take 1 or 2 minutes to cook. Okay, that should just about do it. See how quickly this is to put together? So now I'm just going to take that out and pop it onto a plate. I'll add that to the stir-fried vegetables a little bit later on. I'm going to keep that heat on. Just going to add a little bit more oil. So about another 2 teaspoons. And I'm going to go straight in with my onion and my ginger. So just about 30 seconds, just get it going. So now I can add my other ingredients. I've got my spring onion, my carrot, my capsicum, my mushrooms and my zucchini, and that can all go in nice and quickly. And now to that, I'm going to add my broccolini, my chili, and that sliced garlic. And just another 30 seconds, maybe a minute. And the rest of that marinade sauce that I had set aside. Got a little bit of water in there just to get all that flavour. That beautiful combination of colours, the red, the yellow, the green. And I'm just going to finish it off with that beef. Put that through. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to turn that off now. I'm going to add that little bit of spring onion, that mint and that coriander. That can all go in there now. And I'll just squeeze through that lime juice. Might do the full lime. So there I have my noodles, which have just been soaking in that boiling water. I've just strained that, and I'm just going to make a nice pile of that stir fry on top. There you have it. A really simple stir fry ready to go.